Well, I'm gonna spoil it for you where all the Sky Temple keys are. Unless you get them first, I don't know. Maybe I won't find them. Okay, I'm in Aegon Wastes. Let's see, where do I want to go? I think in a perfect world, I would, I guess I'm looking for a portal here, actually. Let's go through here and get to this portal. Is this where I want to go? Might be. Oh, yeah, I guess there is a portal here, isn't there? Ooh, that's high up there. I don't mind it. Okay, well, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm just gonna run around with this mask on. Do not care. With this visor on, I mean. Respawned? It just respawned. Yeah, I think there is something kind of funny about. Wow. Love watching them take care of themselves for me. Thank you. Would it be all the way by the Dark Collector? Okay, I guess I'm on the wrong track here. Come and get it. Yep, 2 weeks until we're starting dashing through trash. It is becoming very soon. Well, it'll be a fun time had by all, except for me. Hey, buddy. What have we here? Tonight, Henry the horse is topping the bill. That is another key in our possession. Easy keys, you know? I have no idea where I'm supposed to take these keys. I also don't know that the game has been tracking them in any meaningful way, so it may be actually difficult for me to figure out where I have and haven't done if that comes up. Platforms aren't here. Guess that makes sense. No thank you. Huh. It just occurred to me that they've been referred to as key bearers. And I'm looking for keys, and he was here. And so was the Incash. I have 9 dudes. I found the key. Okay, I think this is what I was looking for. Here's some heavy lore. Okay, so the guy I just scanned, I need to look up his testimony or testament, and see what it says specifically. I wanna figure out what is being highlighted here. I think this is doing the same thing that the artifacts were doing, where it keyed me into the name of the area, but I just want to figure out like how to read it. So this guy is J. Stoll. J. Stoll. My good buddy J. Stoll. You know, have you met J. Stoll? Okay. Ambush of the singular cunning in the mining station. Mining station. Okay. This is Central Mining Station. But it's called Battleground in the Dark World. So I'm corresponding with names from the Light World specifically. That's the key. Okay, that's the part I wanted to make sure I understood. It's just La Milana again. I'm actually glad that I caught that. I only went back there because I didn't recognize the room that I was in, and I wanted to see if there was a secret area there as well. I forgot what room that was in the Light World. At the end of the day, unfortunately, every game is La Milano. Yeah, I'll go this way, it's fine. It's the long way around, but I'd like to hit the save room while I head through. Whoa, Jastel and Beastel? Are they brothers? Here in this reactor. My fallen mate, Jastel. Oh my god, they were boyfriends. Reactor. So I'm looking for reactor somewhere. Might be here. Is there a matching room in... Let's see. Did I already do this room? I don't recognize it exactly, but I do just want to check it out, I guess. So I want to head toward the command center. So I want to go back out the way I came. Take a right. And then I just want to go straight for an absurd amount of time. Okay, once I convert, I just want to go to the right. Denzium, who would have seen it coming? Bendesium. I'm sorry, we don't have any of that here. What's Bendesium? That was an easy setup. Please don't fail me. There you go. Hell yeah. Sorry, don't complete sounds. Fine. Okay, let's look at the next one. This is proving to work. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure whether or not I could make this work for me, but it seems to be working just fine. Alright, B still and J still are good. Okay, this color is green. This one's green, which might be telling me it came from a different area. Catacombs. I'm gonna trust my gut and go with changing areas. No, I guess the other one was purple and this one's Zagon Wastes. Catacombs. Catacombs? Fuck. Okay, instead of doing that, let me quickly go through the... So, my gut seems to have been correct there. That the color was telling me what area. So, like, this should be orange? Okay, for some reason I remembered it being green. Or purple. It wasn't. So let me make sure I'm not missing any other orange ones. That's green. And that's green. So 2 more in Torvus. Purple. Purple. Blue. I mean, that's not here, so it doesn't really matter to me. Blue. Purple. Purple. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the closest elevator. I don't really care where it goes to. So I'm gonna head to Sanctuary Fortress. And then from Sanctuary I should be able to get to Torvus Bog without too much trouble. Wait, I'm sorry, I'm already in the light world. I was thinking I was in the dark world still. Gotta spin missiles to make missiles, baby. That's how the saying goes. Okay, so I'm here in Sanctuary Fortress, yep. Okay, so the purple ones are temple grounds. Right, okay. Sanctuary Fortress. So I need to look at all the ones that are blue in my logbook. So the blue ones are, I'm just going to write them down. It's going to make my life easier. Entrance. I think I might have already gotten the entrance one. Works. Because I have an idea of where it means by entrance, and that's one I've gotten. Not here. Not here. Not here. So that's 3 purple ones in Cadre 2. Green is Catacombs. And Lagoon. And then the purple ones that I'm missing are Cavern. Site. And Industrial. Okay. Thoughts on the suit visuals? Any standout faves? I mean, the light suit kicks ass. The dark suit looked cool. Oh no, I thought they were all good. So this is Sanctuary entrance, and I did find a key over there. So the one I'm looking for is at Works. Oh, I found this one too. This is the one that was, yeah, I found both of these. Okay. Pretty sure I found both of these. So I need, to get out of here. Let's see, where am I right now? I'm in this elevator. That goes to Temple Grounds. Pretty sure there's one that goes to Torbus. Yeah, I got a pretty good idea where I'm going now. I guess. Sure. If you're talking about, like, you don't get to see the cool jetpack anymore and stuff like that, sure. The lower path here. So I know what Catacombs is, I need to figure out what Lagoon is in Torvus Bog. I've just been, I mean, I don't know whether or not I would say that I liked Metroid Prime 1 more or less than this, but I like this. It's a very good game, and I can definitely understand why anyone might prefer this one over the alternative, perhaps. Yeah, sometimes the aggressive homing is not to my benefit as well. It's just kind of a unfortunate thing. I think I've got some stuff running in the background on my computer that's causing some issues. This game's running pretty choppy. I mean, it's not unplayable, but I'm getting some choppiness that I shouldn't be getting. I guess, having played this, what I'll say is, when anyone who says that this is their favorite Metroid Prime, I can understand it. And anyone who says this is their least favorite Metroid Prime, I also can understand it. I haven't decided whether or not I would... Yeah, like I said, I don't know if I would say that I've come to like this more or not. But I do think it's very good. I think if this turns into one of those things where it's like, this is the worst Metroid Prime game, that's still pretty high praise, you know? Alright, let me close some stuff running in the background. I think it's causing some problems. Let me see if I get any better performance closing a few things. Hey, Carrie? I mean, I feel that way about a lot of games, partially by virtue of the fact that I just really like playing video games. Seemingly, at times, unpopular opinion, but I think video games, pretty good. But I think I feel that way about a lot of series where it's like the worst game in that series is not a bad game. It's just the worst game in that series. I gotta find Lagoon. I found Lagoon. So it's into the next room, and then straight and hook a left. Okay. It seems to be the case that the light suit probably gates a lot of these, just by virtue of the fact that you can't go underneath the dark ether water without the light suit. Can't get enough of those sweet, sweet video games. You know, when I have a kid, I'm gonna let him play video games because it's the pretty good thing. It's a pretty good thing to do. This is my favorite part. Oh, I paused the game. Oh, this is my favorite part. Hey, thanks for gifting a sub to Other M, which I'm sure is a perfectly fine game. Hey, I hear you. I bet what you're saying to me right now is, don't be so certain that any video game in the series is good. To which I respond, I stand by it. I have not played Other M. I'm certain that it can't possibly be as bad as everyone says it is. I mean, maybe consider the source. I'm also the person who thinks that the CDI Zeldas are not as bad as everyone thinks it is, so I mean... I don't know, your mileage may vary, but I think most people have a lot of opinions, and those opinions can be wrong. I think the CDI Zelda games, not actually that bad. I have no opinion on the Metal Gear Solid games. I have no great love for Metal Gear Solid. I've played exactly one in my entire life. So if you want me to jump on the train to defend Metal Gear Solid 4, I'm so sorry. I deeply apologize for the fact that I'm failing you. I'm sure Metal Gear Solid Metal Gear Solid 4 is perfectly fine. Especially if you already like Metal Gear Solid, you are going to be predisposed to liking Metal Gear Solid 4. Hey, this is the guy what died, and the Incash was here holding the key. I've played some bad games before. I guess the place where I draw the line really is that like games that are bad because they're like weird, because they do something strange, they don't fit the formula, they took a risk. Those don't bother me. There are, however, a lot of games in beloved series that are just very boring. And boring is the one bad thing you can really do. That's like the actual crime you can commit. Okay, so we're back in Temple Grounds. So for Temple Grounds, it's Cavern Site and Industrial. And I've done one of these. I know I got the one that was on that lake. So let me figure out where that is. So this is Industrial Site. Curse Lake. Okay, that's the one that I've already gotten then. So Site is done. It's Industrial and Cavern that I need then. Oh, could Site have been... Wait. landing site? No. We've already found the one corresponding to the site. I don't need to stress about it. Grand Wind Chamber. Compound. Communication area. Superman 64 is another one. I've actually played Superman 64, which is more than most of the Superman 64 haters can say. I've played it all the way through to the end. It's fine. It's not good. That's perhaps a bridge too far, but, no, it's fine. No, Qbert sucks.
Never give up.
But Qbert sucks for exactly the reason why I said it's boring. Have you ever played Qbert for more than 15 minutes? Of course you haven't. No one has ever played Qbert for more than 15 minutes. I'm familiar with Urban Yeti. I have not played it, though. Or wait, did I? I think I played it in Akusa Grande, didn't I? The one I'm looking for is at the spot where the things are and the stuff happened. Okay. Let me see if I can use that. Industrial and Cavern. Okay, let me recheck my notes. Actually, let me check the Great Temple really quickly. Industrial and Cavern. Weren't those... purple? Logbook, lore... Luminoth, lore... Keybearer 2.
Never give up.
Industrial site. At the edge of the temple grounds. Fuck Deponia. That game's not a problem because it's boring, it's a problem because it's shitty. It's inside me, I feel it spreading, cloying my will, tearing at my thoughts. It moves me against my will to this cavern. Could it be that, in this narrow case, it's actually... the names I'm looking for from, Dark? Doesn't look like it.
Determined to go forward.
Y'all don't have to keep gifting me subs just so I'll talk about a game. I'll tell you what I think about a game if you just ask me. Gex Enter the Gecko 64 is fine. Gex is annoying, but it's not boring. I just find Gex an annoying character, but I don't think the game is bad. I actually don't think the game is bad, to be perfectly frank. I've played a lot of Gex 64 in the past. I just think Gex is a really boring character. I meant to say something about the Super Mario World. Super Mario World is a perfectly fine game. How dare you? How dare you gift a sub to Bubsy under these circumstances? How dare you? Bubsy doesn't Gex doesn't upset me because the references are outdated. They bother me because they're not funny. They're not funny in the same way that, like, the Family Guy cutaways aren't funny. I mean, if you find it funny, you know, cheers. But, like, just setting up the idea of a joke and then just, like, showing you the punchline of the joke that you described to me with, like, no framework around it is not interesting. Like, getting hit by an enemy and saying, that's worse than a bender at Rip Taylor's house is like... I don't know, Mike. I don't know what to do for you, my guy. Yeah, and you'd be perfectly valid for making the argument that it's really not that much different than the cutaways that are in... I've got to just look for the key bearers, because, like, the room names are not lining up in any way that's making sense to me. Fortnite. Are you looking for me to make enemies today? Is that what you want? Do I like Roblox? I've never played Roblox. From what I understand, their marketplace is super scummy, but as far as a platform for people to make games, I think it's kind of neat. I think I'd find it very compelling and interesting if it didn't have such a scummy marketplace, as far as I understand. The new Mario Strikers Donjon? Maybe. I mean, you know, a lot of people are really enjoying it, so... I'm happy a lot of people are getting their enjoyment out of it, but yeah, I can understand it's not clicking with you. I think it's always a difficult sell to pitch the idea that this thing that a lot of people are enjoying is bad, like as a value statement on the thing itself, but I think it's perfectly reasonable and acceptable for you to not be enjoying something that other people are. The friend you trust most about Strikers regrets making their purchase. Okay. I get that, Algie. I've definitely played good games that just didn't have enough content. Though, you know, at the end of the day, I think one mistake that we often make, especially in this modern day of so many games coming out, so you have to make selective choices about what you're going to play, right? We're all doing it. Every moment of every day, we're making very selective choices because you obviously cannot purchase every game that comes out. But I do think that a mistake that a lot of gamers make is they look at the amount of time it takes to beat the game. So, like, for instance, I could beat Super Mario Odyssey in 6 hours. And even if you say, like, you could get every single moon, that's fine. But as far as, like, actual content goes, it's much more sparse than, like, an Elder Scrolls game, right? Because Elder Scrolls games, you could easily play for several hundred hours. and not really effectively see everything. But I think the difference is the question of how much is that content curated? Like, is it effectively curated in such a way that I'm always having my money's worth of fun, not spending my money's worth of time? I guess I'm just gonna go this way, head to the other side, and start trying to make sense of where I'm supposed to go. Maybe I'm just missing a portal? If these are in the purple zone, I should really easily be able to narrow this down to what it's asking from me. Maybe that's the way I'm supposed to read it, is rather than agonizing over whether or not I can find the exact right room name. Because my search space is so much smaller, maybe they're expecting me to actually just figure it out myself. Like, admittedly, every Mario game has less content than some of the games I play on average, but I would say I have more fun in the average Mario game. Like, I feel like even at the $60 price point, I'm getting more fun out of that per dollar than I am out of a lot of games that I purchase. My personal opinion, though. Margo, please do not speak that into the world. Yeah, that's the thing about Odyssey, right? I had a great time playing it. And I'm good. I'm done. I played it. I don't foresee myself anytime soon going back and replaying Odyssey. Well, there's actually a bunch of spots I haven't been to yet because I haven't gone through... I know it's a waste of my time because I just came this way, but I actually think, let me go back. I want to see if I can get to that portal now. What is a game that disappointed me with its ending? What was a good game otherwise? I mean, literally just finished Card Shark, and I would say that's exactly the game that made me feel that way. That is the most recent, the example that sticks out to me the most. Another game that disappointed me with its ending? I don't know. I'm sure there's like Ace Attorney games that satisfy. Oh, yeah. I mean, I guess Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright is that very much. Hey Gilder, thanks for the host. I just noticed that you hosted me, and I guess the alert I didn't hear it, or I missed it. How do I get up there? Gotta be like a track or something that gets me up there. There's no way that's just an outdoor. That doesn't make sense to me. Portal use is currently impossible due to safety measures in place on the system. Should I use some safety measures? Oh, no, hold on. I'll... safety measures this dick. Close, and not intended, but now I want to do it even more. Yeah, thanks for gifting a sub to Ligma. Not really. I'm not really sure what Ligma is, but thank you. Nevertheless. This doesn't feel intended, and yet that only makes me want to do this more. That's so sad. Is there like another portal around here that I could get to that from? Oh. I see. Deja vu. I've just been in this place before. I'm on the street. Calling you, and the search is a mystery. See, if I were him, I simply wouldn't have run right at the light. I guess him too. I've only got 8.
Recording to logbook.
Echo.
Recording to logbook.
So I'm missing de-isol's key. Okay, let's look at the clue for de-isol's key. Cavern. It's called landing site. So it's cavern I'm missing. Who shall disturb you among the trees of holy ground? Okay, so I think we're gonna have to be a little looser. So he's the only one that made it to the Dark Ether to place his own key. That's pretty metal. I think the Luminoth rule. I'm a big fan of the Luminoth. No notes. Let's see. I got one in this area. I wonder if there was one in one of these rooms. So, profane path. I don't think. Wait. There's gotta be something blocking my way there. I must need to go here. Okay, that gives me a little bit of a lead. Hope everyone's having a nice night tonight. I'm feeling very hopeful I'm gonna finish this game tonight, which makes me happy. It felt like it was dragging at one point. I've been enjoying it the whole time, but it did feel like it was dragging a little bit at one point, so I'll be happy to wrap it up. A delicious cold bevy. I could go for a delicious cold bevy. You finished 100%ing Neon White. Hell yeah, gamer. That's what's up. And now you're dead. I'm sorry? Oh, it's gonna be here, isn't it? It's called Storage Cavern. I just, like, missed the word cavern. 1,000 times I probably scrolled over it where it said Storage Cavern and just did not stand out to me. Does moving the mouse up in Morph Ball activate Spring Ball? It may. I haven't really tried, but I can try now, if you'd like me to. Doesn't seem to. There is supposedly in the Trilogy Edition. I'm excited. I can probably look into it. I imagine primehack has solved it somehow. And if not, oh well, I never wanted it anyway. There is a keybind in primehack? Okay. Let's see, what is it by default bound to? Spring Ball, Alt. It's a weird choice. Yep, we're doing another AI art party on Tuesday. I imagine there will be an opportunity for a save station, right? Let me go use the save station. Yeah, same group. We've got new prompts, or sorry, new segments we're doing. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. We've come up with just all new stuff. Nothing rehashed. I mean, I liked all the stuff that we did, but we just tried to come up with new stuff. Yeah, all of the segments are separate on YouTube right now, and I mentioned that I'm hiring a new video editor for a Clips channel. They just actually finished up the video for my AI Art Party VOD, and I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with that. I can't decide whether or not I'm just gonna put it on my main on my current channel, which I mostly just use as an archive channel, or if I'm gonna make a new channel for Clips. I might make a new channel for Clips. Should you spam my future Clips channel with nice vid? Sure. Only if you think it's a nice vid, though. If you don't think it's a nice vid... I mean, I guess still spam it, but I don't want you to lie. You can say, like, okay vid. Enjoy this other key. Can't tell me what to do. I'll never enter the Sky Temple. Fine, twist my arm. I guess I'll visit the Sky Temple. You think that's a good guy? Hey, a save. What am I going back to get? I didn't even know I was going back. Though I did suspect there was a possibility that that was a return teleport, not a forward thing. That can't be true. Metroid has a gun. Girls can't have guns. Oh no, you're fine. Whoa, is this upside down? We in Stone Tower Temple now? I don't know what a Soten is. Stone Tower Temple and okay. Is this guy good? Oh, I just noticed all the information it gives you on the left, there's some of it's actually quite useful. Like, for instance, Emperor-ing, it tells me I have 20% of it, which means that there's 5 total scans for Emperor-ing, I guess. god, I don't know if they're like... I don't know if they're targeting me or if I'm just a terrible shot or what, but... Am I doing this wrong? Was that correct? I'm taking massive amounts of damage, and it really sucks. I can't. I get stuck. I don't. Ugh. Sure, later it'll be explained to me why I'm doing everything wrong here, but I just want you to know this fight kinda sucks. Okay. Okay. I'm not sure what opinion I'm supposed to have of this boss and this boss fight. Aside from just shrugging my shoulders. Okay, so it's specifically killing the things coming out of it. It's not like breaking the holes or something. I get it. I don't like it, I get it. Why does he always jump directly on top of me? That's not reactable. I'm sorry. Hey, if you've ever played this game before, and you've ever reacted to that, you're lying. Okay, that's bait. I gotta stop attacking during that and start moving. Hello? That's my ammo, idiot. It's kind of pain in the ass. This boss fight is like, what if you could no longer rely on targeting? I love the boldness of making your final boss fight the one where it's like, what if targeting were no longer a good idea? Great. He just absolutely stopped doing any of the attacks that allow me to get some health back. What's the worst boss I've ever fought? I don't know. I don't fight bad bosses. I stop those games. I'm sure that there is a better way to fight this boss. I'm sure that if I knew what everyone who's watching me knows, that this boss is actually quite easy instead. Oh, I know.
Never give up.
Thank you for the Prime Gaming sub. I thought Caretaker Drone ruled. I enjoyed that fight. Camera does me no favors here. The enemies do me absolutely no favors here, but what should I expect? This phase sucks. And you just fall off sometimes. I have some ideas about how what the game is expecting me to do here to improve on this segment, but I like that when those come out, there's literally no way to not take damage from them. I've tried jumping, I've tried dashing. If he decides that he's going to do that thing where the little beacons fire lasers at you, you will take damage from them. Sorry. Just deal with it. I'm having a bad time right now. Not gonna get mad. That's what the game wants. The game wants me to not finish it. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah? I mean, let's take a whole health bar damage. I don't see any reason not to. I love that the targeting doesn't do shit for me in this fight, because it's always aiming just a little too low for everything. It's always aiming just a little too low for everything. You know that one mechanic that makes this viable as a controller game, and you know that mechanic that you've come to rely on the whole game? I hope you don't plan to use here. Okay, so just jumping over it's not vi- I'm having some problems. Oh, energy's low? Thanks for letting me know. Please give me some help. No. I don't. No, I don't, because if you tell me a hint, then only one of two things are gonna happen. I'm gonna hear the hint and be pissed off at me because I should have figured it out. Or I'm gonna be pissed off at the game because it's totally inscrutable. There's no outcome, I feel like, at this point where taking a hint produces a feeling of happiness for me. The only thing we can do is suffer through it. If I die again, I may take the hint. I don't know. I'm just being stubborn and shitty right now, I'm sorry. I'm just annoyed because this is a combination of like 4 bad tropes in video games. Like, there are like several different ways you can fuck up a boss, and this is all of them. Please pardon my temper tantrum I'm having right now. I don't mean to... I don't mean to be having the world's dumbest meltdown. I'm just annoyed right now. I'm being a dumb idiot right now. I'm gonna stop subjecting you to having to watch a guy gets angry at video games. It's a bad trope. Yeah, but I like to imagine myself somehow more evolved than Darkside Phil. I don't think I'd have a lot of gripes with this boss if it didn't just feel like I was constantly missing every shot I took. That is such a frustrating feeling that I've solved the boss. I know what I'm supposed to do. I've figured out how to deal damage, and it's just not possible for me to do consistently because control issues or mechanics issues or whatever it is in this game that specifically makes it impossible to target this boss. I'm having that issue. Where was this energy before? Mm-hmm. I didn't hit the button! Gotta stop relying on the targeting. What super shot? I just targeted him through his asshole. After the dash, he seems very eager to present himself, and I just thought a super missile would fit. I do think that a big failing for this fight is that the, like, just targeting through his teeth, while it looks like it should be fine, does not work very well, or at least wasn't working well for me. Maybe that is a very, very personal problem. But I think most of my other criticisms for that fight I mostly resolved. I think it's a lot of waiting around while he guards himself, but that's fine. I mean, if he didn't guard the exposed spot most of the time, then I would have just beaten him in 30 seconds. You can say whatever you want now that it's over. You good, my guy? You look unwell. This doesn't seem good. Well, I'm so far not winning this fight very quickly, and based on the timer, I'm not sure I'm winning this fight at all, so... Hello? Draw in expelled Phazon for use as a weapon. How? Yes, I'm playing veteran. Yeah. I'm tilted. Is that the same thing as tilt controls? wrong button. There we go. I don't. Is there something in this room I'm missing? I don't see any. I'm just gonna get killed by the timer. By no fault of my own. I guess, yeah. Sure. Okay. Well, that's a small mercy for what's happening to me right now. I just don't know how, of all times, now can be the time that we bring up the scan visor, because, I don't know, draw an expelled Phazon for use as a weapon, I feel like, you know, maybe that doesn't communicate as effectively as one might think. Whatever it wants me to do here, I commend the game for choosing to be as cagey with its explanation as it has been. I think that's brave. And I don't think a lot of games are willing to be that brave these days. I think a lot of games feel the need to tell you exactly what it expects of you and its mechanics effectively, and I think it's good to see this sort of bold game design. I've played games that explain their mechanics, and they're all cowards. Give me the fucking Phazon! That is my Phazon. I earned it. Come here and give me that slurp juice, baby! Well, I'm trying to put myself in the shoes of someone who has played Metroid Prime 1 and has played 95% of Metroid Prime 2. I'm trying to put myself in the shoes of that person. I'm gonna take off my Author Blues hat and put on the hat of guy who has played Metroid Prime 1 and 95% of Metroid Prime 2. And when it tells me that I'm supposed to absorb Phazon to use as a weapon, I've only got a few verbs in mind. I think one of those verbs is that I can absorb things by charging my gun. I've done that a lot in the game. And the other thing is that in Metroid Prime 1, you could stand in pools of Phazon at the end and use your super cool gun to shoot it. I have so far tried both of those ideas. Both of those ideas are not correct. Is this something that I should be able to work out, or is this like some absolutely obtuse mechanic that I'm just not getting? I don't understand. I've tried every verb that I often use in these scenarios, and none of them have worked yet. Okay. Then I'm going to think outside the box. I'm going to take off my Author Blues hat and put on my creative problem-solving puzzle solver hat. I'm going to change into a brand new guy. I've invented a guy for this stream. The guy who does puzzles. I mean, I don't hate fights that do some nonsense if it's in service of, like, doing something cool. A lot of games make the mistake of doing nonsense that makes no sense and then, like, there's no good reason for it. But, like, if you want me to do some bullshit because it's gonna be cool, then I'm down for it. I'll join in. Immune to all forms of attack except Phazon energy. Is this the Phazon energy you seek? That does not seem to be doing damage. Well, sorry, baby, that's the Phazon I got. Okay? I don't know what to tell you. You've given me this Phazon right here. Is this Phazon? I'd love some of this Phazon. Am I allowed in here? Hey, can you, like, hold up for a second? I got, like, a giant Phazon wall I'm trying to solve. I'm not confused about what beams are good. I am a little confused about where I'm supposed to get more of them, if any of them are intended, but that's... Hey, that's a problem for future author glues, alright? We're not them yet. That's right. Yeah, this is me absorbing it. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna use the Annihilator Beam, and I'm not going to engage with whatever mechanic they want from me. New strategy. New strategy just dropped, baby. My targeting reticule keeps going above Dark Samus at times, and I can't figure out why that is. It feels meaningful, but nothing really feels meaningful right now. I've lost the compassion. I've lost the ability to discern meaning from nonsense. It's just all... It's all bits. It's all moving pictures and sounds. What is that? What is that right there? Right there. See, I'm targeting. Why am I targeting up there though? You might ask yourself. You might say self. Why is Author Blues doing that? He's got to know that Dark Samus ain't up there. Which I respond, yeah, I do know. Is it something else in this room? What if I shoot missiles at the giant blue wall? What if I break off a piece of this Phazon for myself, right? Give me some of that. Well, I no longer fear death, so... I'm ready to find out what I don't know. So, feel free to tell me what I'm supposed to have figured out. I'm ready for it. It's something I tried. I do hope you understand that I've tried a great many things. Stand still and look up? I stood in the things hitting me. I stood still so that all that Phazon could so I could get all juiced up on Phazon. Oops, I guess I didn't try the right combination of verbs. My bad. That's on me. I should have been able to intuit the 3 separate obscure steps I needed to do to pass the test. Look, brother, I knew that my gun could probably absorb Phazon. That did not come as a surprise to me. If I looked in the logbook and it said to me, your gun is pretty sick at absorbing Phazon, I just said, no shit, dog. But how? And I've been right where I was already. It's fine. It doesn't ruin an otherwise good game, but... Man, I can't imagine what it must have been like back in 2002. I mean, the internet was only, what? 10 years old? Did GameFAQs even exist back then? No one had even figured out ASCII art in 2002. It's not like you could make a GameFAQs page. I'm 35 years old. I know GameFAQs existed. I'm doing a Author Blues loses the blues bit. I've broadly enjoyed this game, and I'm going to stop being salty because I don't want to walk away from this feeling slighted and then convince myself I didn't like it for whatever reason. Kirby, if you showed up one day and said to me, everyone hates the last boss of Metroid Prime 2, I'd say, which one? And I'd also say both answers are correct. I have looked up. I like that it didn't work the first time. The cool thing about it only working about half the time is that it definitely gets in your head that maybe the thing you're doing is wrong and you should stop doing it. I'm afraid to move. Last time I tried to dodge the other things, I got my ass kicked, so... Oh, you just chose to shoot it somewhere else instead? I get that. I also sometimes have responsibilities that I don't follow through with. Metroid Prime is at its best when its bosses take interesting mechanics that you think to yourself, this is not a fighting mechanic, and it turns it into a fighting mechanic. Okay, yeah, no, I guess I can understand that one. I was only standing right in the face. I hope I lose the damage race with Samus, because this is wild. It's just wild. I don't know. I mean, look, what do I know? I'm not a speedrunner, and I've only played each of the games once at this point, but I just got off the heels of playing Prime 1, and I gotta say, some of the bosses were not super fun, but none of them felt just like obtuse nonsense. Do I like the games enough to play their console versions? I mean, I'd try them on. I'm not opposed to playing them on console. I'm just playing them for the enjoyable first-time experience, though. So I don't feel compelled to like go back and replay them on the GameCube. If a lot of my complaints are in some way, I don't know how, but in some way addressed on the GameCube versions, then I'll take the L and say that, you know, maybe it's just a bad port, but I don't know. My only real complaint have been these last two bosses. I've liked all the other bosses, even for their faults, I've liked them. I just felt like these last two bosses were bad. Man, bad. I mean, you could say that. I think that the one fault of primehack is that it makes a lot of things that should be harder more easy. I mean, that's been my experience, is that a lot of things I know I should have struggled with more were made easy by the fact that I can just flick a mouse to aim at whatever I want to all the time. The control scheme is fantastic. Controls like a dream. It feels like it was made for mouse and keyboard. I mean, primehack just works really well. I mean, I'm generally speaking not willing to have it out on like what the superior version is. For all of the valid points there are to make, it's mostly a boring argument. If you play a game and you have fun, it really doesn't matter which control scheme you used. It doesn't. I really enjoyed playing primehack because it just felt like a much more modern game, and I think Prime, both 1 and 2, really live up to being viewed as modern games. Like, despite their age, you put it through primehack and it feels like a game that could have come out this year without any problems. Like, the game itself doesn't feel outdated. Just playing it on a GameCube controller isn't great, perhaps. Despite being designed around it, I'm just not a big fan of control stick aiming. I don't like it. It's astounding how well these games aged. I mean, I was saying it when I was playing Prime 1 and when I started Prime 2 that, like, if this game came out this year by some indie studio, I'd buy it. I mean, it has not aged poorly in the slightest. I mean, I don't know what most people's experience is playing with primehack. Perhaps if you feel very comfortable with mouse controls, you may not lock on to things very often. And I could totally see that as a failing. Me personally, I'm not great at head clicking. I'm just not a great FPS player, and I used I use lock on constantly. So I did not feel like I was being disadvantaged at all by playing primehack. The lock on was giving me a lot of good information. The only downside I feel like to doing mouse and keyboard is that a lot of times the morph ball movement really does expect you to have analog control, and reducing that down to just WASD is not a clean transition. Lock-on free aim is a good option. Interesting. So what does lock-on do? It just, like, cues you where to point, but it doesn't actually point there? I guess it still makes, like, homing things target that, like a missile or, annihilator or something. Oh, I get it. Oh, okay. So it keeps the camera facing there, but it actually moves your reticule on screen rather than forcing the reticule to stick in the middle. I think lock-on free aim might have done me some favors for that last... One of my biggest complaints about the Ing King was that I couldn't seem to target his mouth effectively because I would always be shooting just a little too low. So if the camera stayed center on the lock-on target and I could just like move my mouse slightly higher, that probably would have solved my problems for that. I think most of I do think the Prime lovers have arrived at a point in which I was frustrated with a boss fight. I spent like 20 hours singing the praises of this very fun game I was enjoying, and then stressed out about 1.5 bad boss fights. I mean, I appreciate that the Prime crew has logged on, but you don't have to defend it. Everyone here has been having a Kino time, so... My lack of super missile usage is weird too. I don't know what to tell you, my guy. They gave you 15... Do you realize that you have, like, 15 different weapons in this game? Do you realize that you have, like, 15 different weapons in this game? You have basic beam, charged beam, basic dark, charge dark missile, light beam, charge light beam missile, super missiles, seeker missiles, morph ball bombs, power bombs, like... I find it very strange that you did not choose one out of those 12. I find it very strange that you picked only the other 11 to experiment with. I find that bizarre. What do you want me to do? I didn't even mention Annihilator! I forgot Annihilator! I did find Dark Burst, Sunburst, and Sonic Boom. I didn't mention Screw Attack. I forgot that. That's my bad. I also didn't mention Annihilator Beam, Charged Annihilator Beam, and Charged Annihilator Beam. I don't think I have a Charged Annihilator Beam missiles. All I'm saying is that as someone who has played a lot of video games and then watches people play those video games on Twitch like 6 hours a day and knows what is expected of you, you really gotta realize that your mind is poisoned by knowing the right answer to a puzzle and seeing someone else who doesn't know the answer to that puzzle. Like, if you walk around saying, well, you should just know that Dark Beam does more damage to Dark Samus because she's not from the Dark Ether. I don't know how to help you. If that is your viewer experience, I don't know how to make you get to the point where you stop being you. I don't know how to make you a different person. No, Kirby had mentioned it offhand. I'm not upset at Kirby. I'm just commenting that there is a very serious brain poison that happens to people who know things about video games. No, you're fine, Kirby. I genuinely enjoyed Prime 2. Like I said at the beginning of tonight's stream, I said, if you are the sort of person who Prime 2 is your favorite, I understand. And if you're the sort of person who Prime 2 is your least favorite, I also understand. And I stand by that, but I would say that I think, overall, I liked Prime 2 more than Prime 1. I think it was better. I think that the worst bosses in 2 are considerably worse than any boss in 1. I think that the best bosses in 2 make 1 look bad. I really enjoyed all the Morph Ball fights. I genuinely thought Spider Guardian was sick as hell. Wait, not Spider Guardian. Yeah, Spider Guardian. I thought that fight was sick as hell. And then the fight against, Doc Ock, I don't give a shit. That fight was cool. No, Boost Guardian can eat my ass. No, the fighting against the giant spindly spider where you get to climb up his legs, that was sick. Quadraxis, the Brave. So I want to know a fun, good game design thing and make me love Prime 2 more. Hell yeah. Hit me with it. Nice. Alpha Blog's one of the few boss fights that I lost to. Most of the bosses I one-tried, but a few of them I died on. And Alpha Blog was one of them, and I don't have nice things to say about Alpha Blog. Not in like the fun, I'll get you next time, Spider-Man kind of way, but in like the, wow, that boss sucked kind of way. Why do some of these rooms look unfamiliar? Some of the rooms in oh, this is the trilogy intro. So it's probably from 3. Yeah, I had a bad time on Alpha Blog. That was one of my few points of frustration outside of... Oh, and the other one was Grapple Guardian. That fight, is, like, indefensibly annoying. I don't know if I would necessarily go as far as to say it's a bad fight. I just think it's... I think my biggest problem with the Grapple Guardian was that on paper, like if you look at all of the elements of that fight should have been a slam dunk. I think the things that always annoy me the most are when you grasp failure from the jaws of success, right? Like you are set up for success and you fumble it. Because that's exactly what Grapple Guardian was. It had like a lot of really cool mechanics where you get him to try to attack you and you use his mistake against him, and it's like, wow, that's a cool idea for a fight. And then the fight ends up, despite it all, just being kind of bad. Yeah, I was told after the fact the mistake that I had made. Those don't usually make me feel too much better. I scanned Grapple Guardian. I did not scan the one piece I needed to be able to have the weak point explained to me. Anyway, I overall quite enjoyed Metroid Prime 2. I'm a sucker for Light World, Dark World mechanics anyway. When a game does Light World, Dark World mechanics, I usually quite enjoy it, and Prime 2 was sick.